What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another session of Build Break and Fake, brought to you by yours truly, the Raw Coders. Yes. First of all, really happy Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the Christmas Eve with your loved ones and had really good day on a Christmas Day as well. Um, how's your Christmas finish?
Thanks for asking, Zain. It was all right. Just I didn't do much, to be honest. I just relaxed and yeah, I spent time with my family. But yeah, it was good.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's really good to hear. Did you do much for the Boxing Day?
And, no, not really. As well, I just yeah, I just went out, but yeah, I didn't go to any of the shops or see any of the sales. I don't know about you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I went and got some, as in, I wanted to buy few stuffs, and I just really approached a
Mhm,
direct strategy in which I picked everything online first, preserved it, and then went straight to those shops. If I like the material and if it's perfectly fine, I just bought it straight away and then came back.
mhm.
So that was a really productive one. But yeah, there were kind of a lot less people this time
Hmm.
than I expected it to be.
I think maybe, yeah, I did see that as like, I mean, I drove past the mall. I didn't actually stop there, but I did see like the crowd wasn't really there, like compared
Yeah,
to
yeah,
previous years.
exactly.
Um, could be COVID or maybe people over it as well. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah, but the good thing is that the people who wanted to take the advantage took the advantages, and people who wanted to just relaxed,
Hmm.
they relaxed. So that's always good, as in both scenarios for different people. And hope the viewers also, as in, will got done what they planned to on these free, as in 2.5 days. So yeah, I'm looking on to the show. Just before I proceed, I'll just play the acknowledgement for the traditional owners of the land. So here goes.
Yeah, sure.
I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Fantastic. So now that that's done, I don't know if you all guys remember where we were, but just to give a bit brief recap, was on the day before Christmas Eve, we did actually play around, as in um, try to do the functionality of the get bored by name. And we got to a point where we had to install an extension for ESLint because we were getting a syntax error. So we did that, we configured it, and we go through that part, but we need to focus on part going forward. And I will just share my screen and share with you guys where we got up to until now. So just share my screen. Hey Tori, welcome, mate. Good to have you. Um, Dinesh, were you naughty this year?
Hard question, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Okay. So I'll just open up VS Code and open up the backend repo,
Mhm.
and we can take it from there. Right. So I don't know if you remember finish, but
Hmm.
you coded up until this part,
Hmm.
isn't it?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So as soon as I installed and configured ESLint,
Hmm.
it was this huge red colored page
Oh.
surprise for me. I was like, wow, all right, that is embarrassing. But yeah, got a lot to learn.
Hmm.
You can still see now that there are many red spots,
Hmm.
but we won't focus on them at this moment. I will probably work on them on my free time,
Hmm.
which would be next week. Um, yeah, so I kind of had a bit of free time as well, so I just continued and did this part
Okay.
to as in uh get that particular board from the
Hmm.
DynamoDB table by using a query.
Hmm.
And what I found out that there is a bit of a problem here that because at the moment that we are using board ID as a primary key,
Okay.
okay,
Hmm.
overall, as in board ID is the primary key, and to use to bring the board by name, we probably have to create what's called a GSI, Global Secondary Index. And why can't we do this with this one is because this query
Hmm.
accepts a key, which is our board ID, obviously. But when we are calling the board this get board by name function in the backend,
Hmm.
we are not gonna at this stage we don't have the board ID.
Mm. Okay.
So, have you got any suggestions that we should approach this by?
The first thing I was wondering is
Yeah.
why in your key in 165, 166,
Yeah.
why have you done board ID, board name?
Okay, so you can take this as that one because when I was coding it, I did this, but then it gave me that the key is invalid, which is obviously because uh the primary key in DynamoDB table is board ID, not board name. So I
Okay.
I assume them. Okay, let's say if I've got board ID here, and then I was about to change this into board ID as well, but
Hmm.
obviously we don't have the board ID here.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that is why basically I was just experimenting. So essentially, it was like this when I identified the problem.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. So do you have any suggestions or ideas how we should approach this? As in, if we have to use a query, then we need to have a board ID as well from the front end, which we are not getting at the moment.
Hmm. We need a board ID in the front end. Is what? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's tricky. Hmm.
Yeah. So in order to get the board by name with
Hmm.
this logic here,
Hmm.
we need the board ID because the board ID is actually the key of the table.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So how would you do you have any ideas or suggestions how should we get the board ID, or a workaround to this problem?
Trying to think. Um, yeah, that's a good one.
So I've got say two ways that we can approach this.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one would be to create a GSI, which is the Global Secondary Index. Uh, have you come across them before?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, cool. So basically, according to my research, what Global Secondary Index is, that is just an alternative key to our primary key.
Okay.
So if a primary key is board ID, but we wanna get the board by board name, then we
Mm-hmm.
can add the column
Mm-hmm.
board name as a global secondary index.
Interesting. Okay. So this is a DynamoDB thing.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
DynamoDB thing. Yeah.
nice. Okay.
And the second way to approach this is, you know how we are getting all the board names on page load in the front end, as in the solution that Tori also helped us
Mm-hmm.
do, and we're using his code.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
Yep.
in
Mm-hmm.
that one, along with board names, we can also include the board IDs.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. I see what you're talking about. I think your first solution is better, in my opinion.
The global secondary index, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
And why would you say that that's a better approach than the second one?
Because from my perspective, I think it would be a lot cleaner. Like, you're not really adding something, extra to the front end that we might only use once in a while. Like this one, it seems a lot cleaner. You are essentially still going to be interacting with the backend, and it's not really adding anything that's unnecessary, in my opinion.
Correct. Correct. And yeah, it's just that the ideal solution should always be the easiest and the least amount of work.
Mhm.
Plus, it shouldn't really do any extra work that it needs to, and but it's not gonna be used afterwards for as in frequently. So
Yeah. Mhm.
fantastic. So we can use the GSI. If you can also keep an eye on the comments,
Mhm.
that'll be
Yep, sure thing.
great and really helpful as well.
What is ESLint actually? Um, Zane, maybe I'll do some research in my own time, but just wondering
What was
if you,
that?
what is ESLint? ESLint, sorry.
Oh, so ES Lint, I didn't really know that
Mm-hmm.
as well until
Mm-hmm.
I researched. So it's just a brand new knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a JavaScript syntax extension.
Mm-hmm.
So for VS Code, which actually keeps you on the good practices of coding standards, and
Oh, okay.
also highlights if you made any syntax errors in VS Code.
Okay. I see.
So basically, it's ECMAScript linting. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
ESLint, yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Fantastic. All right, cool. So what we're going to do is create a global secondary index in our template. I haven't done this, and this would be my first ever time, so this will be an interesting learning curve for me as well. All right, so this is the global secondary index. Yeah. Okay, let's Google that.
Yeah.
How to create design in SAM template. Okay, DynamoDB table. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. We are using YAML. Right. Contributing size specification. The settings used to enable the cloud was inside for specific global secondary index. Key
Hmm.
schema. Right. So index name has to be a string, key schema projection, provision throughput. Example might help, isn't it? um, Let me just check if I can find a good example of it. Okay, global secondary index. Is that one key schema? There has to be an example. Okay, here we go. So this is in JSON. This is in. Okay, cool. So we have the attribute definition key schema. Yeah, we have got our hash, which is this. My table name, which is over here. Where's my table name? That's interesting. Okay, we probably don't need to give it a table name then. Is it? Table name, no. Okay, let's keep on continuing. Uh, read capacity. Okay, cool. So, here we go. Here's the bad boy we need.
Global secondary indexes.
So just do this one. It's on the same indentation of provision throughput. So here, global secondary index says okay, and then index name. I don't even know what this space is for, and I might mess up here. Let's see how I go.
Yeah.
My GSO board
Board
named GSI. Why is it not turning into
space.
see, this is why YAML is really sensitive.
Yeah.
You can't you will pick out everything and smash on your face that you got this wrong, haha. Alright, key schema. Key
Schema.
schema. Okay. Attribute name. Attribute name. Okay, so this would probably be the column.
Oh yeah.
Board name and key type. So yes, sales album. Okay, cool. Hash. We need the hash. Oh no. Key type that one. And key type hash. Okay, we don't need the artist, which is fine now. And then projection, non-key attributes What would this be?
Non-key attributes.
There has to be an explanation down somewhere. No? Depends on attributes. If you include multiple DynamoDB tables with the index in a single template, okay, multiple, we're not including multiple ones. So that's not really for us. Just want to check return values. Is in this one, table name. What was it again? Non-key attributes.
Key attributes, yeah. Tori asks, what's the difference between hash and range for key type? Good question.
Yeah, that's a great question actually, but yeah, according to my knowledge, and that's kind of a broken one from Solutions Architect exam. Actually, hash is called the primary key of the DynamoDB, whereas range is called the kind of the sole key of DynamoDB.
Okay.
Actually, let's Google that. Hash in Dynamo and see if I'm even right. Again, interesting. A hash can. Okay, so a hash key consists of a single attribute. Yeah. So it's a primary key, single attribute that uniquely identifies an item, and then the hash and the range key consists of two attributes together that uniquely identifies an item. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So the range is still a sole key, is it?
Do you want to click on that Stack Overflow?
I was gonna do that. So hash and range means that single row in DynamoDB has a unique primary key made up of both hash and range key. For example, with a hash key of X and range key of Y, your primary key is effectively H and Y. Um, range. What was that one? What was over there? Okay, yeah. No, so I think we was trying to say that our primary key would be with these both sales and artists.
Okay.
For some
Okay.
reason, I still don't understand it. How can the yeah, there can be two primary keys, which would be called the composite keys in relational databases. So would that mean that hash and range are kind of a composite key for DynamoDB?
Tori says, yeah, composite key. And he says that, yeah, I think in these two CloudFormation templates, you don't write primary key and sort key, you write hash and range.
Yeah, that part I understood that these are the specific terminology for DynamoDB, but I didn't. All this time, I was thinking that hash is a primary key, which I was right, but I didn't know range is kind of a second primary key,
Secondary.
which would yeah. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I get it now. Okay.
So both of these have to be specified to bring up the record.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in our scenario, we don't need both of them. We just need one, as in one for one scenario and the other one for the other scenario. We don't need both.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
But I still don't get what's non-key attributes, and do we really need these?
Mm.
I don't think so.
Do you want to quickly Google that as well? Saying maybe could help.
True. Non-key attributes is non-key. Example class section as non-key attributes. The same attributes can be more than one. Oh, right. Okay. So basically,
Mm.
it's self-explanatory. As in, key attributes would be the primary key, but non-key attributes would be the all the ones that come with the primary key. Do you know what I mean or not?
No, no, I
Okay.
lost you a little bit.
Say at the moment our board
Mm-hmm.
in the table board
Mm-hmm.
we have three columns: board ID, board notes, and board name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. So at the moment, primary key is board ID, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So that would be the key attribute. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the non-key attribute would obviously be the ones that they are non-primary keys. So board notes and board names. So keys, primary
Mm-hmm.
key, hash key, in that way.
Mm. Okay. Okay. I think I
Does
get you
that make
now.
sense now?
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, because it says that say for example it had say this was a student table
Mm-hmm.
and it had the student ID, which would have been the primary key, but in DynamoDB's perspective, it's a key attribute. It's a hash.
Yep. Yep. Makes sense. Yeah.
And then the non-key attributes or the non-key columns would be the class section, the age of the student, and the
Oh,
name
okay.
of
Yeah.
the student.
Yep. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So, okay, so we don't really need projection then, because we're not dealing with
Mm-hmm.
the non-key attributes here.
Tori says, I think non-key are the attributes that you want to include in your global secondary index table. Global secondary index table.
Right, right, right. Okay. So that means that if we just need the board name in our new table as a global secondary index table, do we still have to include that in the non-key attributes, even though we are specifying it in the key schema? Yes, we do. Yes. What a stupid question.
So Tori
Yeah.
says projection represents attributes that are copied, projected from the table into the global secondary index. These are in addition to the primary key attributes and index key attributes, which are automatically projected from the docs. That he copied that from the doc.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read that. They're copied projected from the table into they are in addition to the primary key and index key, which will be automatically projected. Okay, so I think what you mean to say is, Torian, corrects me if I'm wrong, that if I've created a global secondary index with the primary key of a board name, and if I only want the board name column to be included in the global secondary index table because it's already included in the as a key schema. I don't have to include it again in the non-key attributes. Am I right? As a global secondary index table because table helps me think. Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could understand you. Basically, that's just an imaginary table that makes us understand much better. I don't remember. Okay. Anyway, we can try it. And hopefully, Sam will actually scream at us if we are wrong. So we can try that. Okay. So projection. I don't think we need this one if we are already including it in the schema. And provision throughput and read capacity. So we need that one. So same as project global secondary projection. No schema. Yes, same on the schema level. We need provision throughput. So that's the schema level, isn't it? Is that the schema level? This must be the schema level. Here we go. Oh, that makes much more sense. So this is our schema level. We do provision throughput,
Mhm.
provision throughput, read capacity units. So read capacity units would be 5, and write capacity units would be 5 too.
Mhm.
Oopsie. Capacity units. Okay. And that's another one. We don't need that one. Okay, cool. Right. Shall we test if this works for us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's give it a go. This is going to be really exciting. Board layer key. Yeah, cool. Sam build. Let's see if it screams at us. No, okay. Apparently, I've done a pretty good job until now. And Sam deploy guided profile scrambler. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So Tori says,
Mm-hmm.
I think of these local and secondary indexes as extra temp tables you can have to do quick lookups on non-primary keys and whatever non-key attributes one. My understanding could be wrong, but that's what I remember from studying, which is getting foggy. Yeah, I think that really makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
To think of them as tables, it's like it's easier to comprehend. I kind of get what he's saying now, I think.
Yeah, true. Okay, apparently I've messed up. It didn't create the table. Where did I go wrong? Waiting on the terminal failure. For expression stack status, we matched expected path at least once. Why is it? Does that mean that because we've actually altered the stack, we need
Mhm.
to create a new one? API stack, the following resources fails to update. Actually, let me go into the account and see what's happening over there. Oh no, not this one.
Yeah, what tool is that, Zane? By the way, I'm just curious.
It's called the bit something. It must be here. What browser? It's called the Bitwarden.
Bitwarden.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
Bitwarden.
Thanks.
It's free, by the way.
Awesome. Tori says you can run SAM validate MyYAML first before you deploy. Try validation first.
SAM
Validate
validate
and then
template YAML. For unexpected extra. That is
Interesting.
really help. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tori. Go unexpected extra argument. But where's the extra argument?
Got an extra unexpected. I should tell you the line. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it does, but
Yeah, it's not really telling me at least once. Close from. We'll copy and paste then this. See what it does. Go unexpected extra argument. Figure this one is recording out my parts of context from the dog. No, this is not that one. I'm trying to call. No, this is something else. Stack status, go unexpected extra argument. It must have been done over here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, hang on a minute. Maybe it's in this way. Because on the top ones are done in that way, so I'm thinking.
could be.
Yeah. Let's give that a try.
Look it up as well.
Cool. Key schema. Okay, provision. Okay. How about now? SAM validate template.yaml. Oh, yeah, that's looking promising. Filter pass template mapping values are not allowed. Where did I map? In 153. Key schema. Key schema, yes.
Apparently, there's a VS Code extension to link your YAML files. That's what
Oh,
Tori said. Yeah, Tori just mentioned that.
what's it called? YAML linting. Syntax support. Is this the one?
He said he can't remember what's it called.
Apparently, it is this one. Sport by Red Hat. Okay, let's try this one. Accept. Line 53 on Unicode strings. Unicode string. Line 53. So this is the problem here. Index name. Key schema. Key schema. Okay, see it now. Validate. Template YAML. Oh, unexpected extra argument. Again. Where's the extra argument? Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this one and see what happens. Still unexpected extra argument in YAML file. Sam template. Sam local invoke. Come on, where are you? Got unexpected extra argument. Okay, hang on a minute. What I'm gonna do indexes is get rid of the whole part and see if it passes. Interesting. It still gives that error. And I haven't even included that part yet. Unresolved tag. Hang on, if I deploy now, will it work?
Is the formatter done?
I haven't checked that one. Built in a K. YAML validated with the file is valid YAML or not. Detects errors such as notice from Okay, how do we do this? How do we actually I'm gonna close this and reopen it. Maybe that might make it work. SAM API. No. Okay, yeah, that's working now. Apparently.
Okay.
It's really interesting, to be honest.
I'm trying to see.
Guide. Okay, so it's built. I'll just do a guided deployment again and see if the stack uploads successfully.
Sorry, I missed a lot of comments. Let's see what he said. Here it's called serverless IDE in VS Code. So, okay. He posted one in the comments.
Okay. I'll just have a quick look. Serverless. Right.
I put it in the
Service
private chat
ID VS Code.
so you can click on it.
Service ID VS Code. Okay, so what we're gonna do is delete the ones that we installed, uninstall it, reload required, yes. Okay, cool. So that code was causing the problem because the stack is built anyway now.
Yeah.
Servlet IDE, servlet IDE, servlet IDE. Here we go. Confirmation enhanced support for SAM Cloud. I love this one, even though I haven't even used it, but it just makes me excited. CFN lens is not installed or could not be found installed now. Updating homebrew and all that. Okay, cool, that's fine. That can take its time. It's not going to stop us from, actually, maybe it will stop us from doing it. No, it won't. It can take its time. So we need to find global secondary, create GSI in SAM template. You need to how to prevent your global secret. This is exactly the one we need. I need the answer.
I was just looking at this, the same one.
Right. Okay, yeah, here we go. So apparently we did it right.
You see, they've added projection and non-key attributes, projection type.
Count should not be on attribute definition because you're not using it as a key. You don't need to add user ID at projection because it will be projected automatically since it's defined. All right. Maybe that's where I went wrong. So basically, wherever we add over here, attribute name. Oh, that's the table name. What?
Attribute name, table name.
I thought that was the column name itself. Table. Oh, is the column name. That's fine. Secure schema, global secondary index. I need to see this. So you need to add a table name at attribute definition property from doc. Okay, so even if you don't use some attributes in the original table, you must declare it to be able to use. Oh, right. Right. So basically, from what I'm understanding, that we need to declare the column names in the attribute definitions in the actual table properties if we want to use them as the global secondary index. So see how it's used the table name here as in the attribute, and this would be the column name. This is in fact present in his attribute definition, which we don't have. Key schema, user ID, case records. Yeah, shall we try this?
Yep. Would be a good idea.
Okay, so attribute definition, we would insert one more over here, which would be attribute name, board name,
Mhm.
and attribute type be a string. Yeah, a string. And then coming back to this one, double second. Whoa, 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 whoa. I like the
Nice.
expansion. Lovely. Thank you very much, Tori. You made our day.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so board name GSI. Yeah, board name GSI, attribute name, board name.
Hmm.
Key type is that one. Project.
Hmm.
So we had to include a
Nice.
projection as well.
Okay.
Interesting. So projection would be non-key attributes. So if you use count,
Hmm.
so basically we're saying just count them.
Maybe that's the kind of like function he wants to run, right? Like for the secondary index.
Interesting. Count should not be on attribute definitions because using as a key you don't need. Okay, I need to see what count is. Okay, we can see it probably from here.
Tori says in your if you read the docs, it tells you what is required.
Okay, let's just go there. Oh my goodness, this is the first time I'm working with GSRs. It's really as in
Mhm.
kind of a roller coaster ride, isn't it? But fun one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Um,
haven't even heard of it till today. So,
okay, cool.
yeah.
Right, attribute definitions. I needed projection, isn't it?
Uh,
Projection. So let's projection.
Tori sent a link in the chat. I think that's pretty helpful. Um,
They're not saying anything about that. Let's go to Tori's chat. Oh,
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
thank you, Finesh. That's really helpful. Actually, I might need this URL here. Open it here.
And
Global
then
secondary index. Okay.
if you
Projection.
scroll down,
Index name key schema.
if you scroll
Yeah,
down to
I was right about the
oh yeah,
range key is so key.
nice man.
Projection. Okay, cool. So represents attributes that are copied from the table into the global secondary index. These are in addition to the primary key attributes and index key attributes, which are automatically projected. Updates are no projection. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm just trying to
Hmm.
understand that if it says that they're copied from the table into the secondary index, yeah, which is fine, that makes sense. These are in addition to the primary key attributes and index attributes. So if these are in addition and we don't want the in addition attributes, why does it have to be required then?
Yeah. Hmm. Sensors are copied, projected from the table.
These are in addition to the primary key attributes and index, which are automatically projected. So basically, what we're saying is that if we have a primary key attribute of column A and the index key attribute of column B, but they're C, D, and F,
Hmm.
but we only want A and B, they would they would already be projected as in included because they are primary key and index key. But the projection
Mm-hmm.
would include the rest of the columns, which is B, C, and D,
Mm-hmm.
which is C, D, and E, which are
Mm-hmm.
not in the primary key and index key.
Mm.
Am I making a little bit of sense? Because
To me,
I
that
don't
makes
know.
sense. No, that actually makes sense to me. Um, so I kind of get your perspective. It's like it feels like it should, like you don't really need to include it, right? Is what
Yeah,
you're, yeah,
yeah, because we are already including it here,
yeah.
which are automatically projected.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Mm.
I'm gonna remove this and see what it does because honestly, from my
Mm-hmm.
understanding, we don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, and Tori or Gagdev, if he was here, he would be able to correct me on this if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm. Tori says click on projection. You have to have it.
I have. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll have the projection, but I won't give anything into it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it does sound wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
based on how I'm understanding,
Mm-hmm.
even though my perspective might not be correct,
Mm-hmm.
but I want someone to actually correct me that
Mm-hmm.
okay, you're not looking at it from the right angle.
Yep. Yep. True. True. Uh, that's confusing.
I'll just build it and see what it says to me now.
Oh, maybe. Oh, it says Tori says. Oh yeah, you can see that. Maybe if you go on the doc sign, and
Mm-hmm.
then click on that projection link, that one, yeah.
Non-key projection type string. So non-key attributes represents the non-key attributes which will be projected into the index.
Oh, okay.
For local secondary, the total count of non-key attributes summarized close orders must not exceed 20. If you project same attributes into two different indexes, this count as two distinct when determining. Ah, represents the non-key attributes which will be projected into the. Hang on, I will go. So if this deploys, I'll be really surprised because,
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm trying to take a shortcut here,
Mm-hmm.
and because I just wanted to check if it works with non-given projection
Mm-hmm.
or it doesn't.
Did you try
So,
validate? Oh, just curious.
so validate wouldn't help because it was giving the same error even if the stack was deploying perfectly fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay, yeah, true. Okay, I need to. All right. Cool. So what we can basically do is give it, say, a board name. If
Um,
that's the only thing we want, isn't it?
you
Non-key.
might really have to put non-key attributes and then,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I forgot about that one. Thanks for reminding me, man.
Oh, good.
Really helps. So how does the syntax go? Provision, projection. So that one. Let's see, index, projection type.
Can you do something like that? Projection type.
Projection keys only. Oh, right. I see. So we're just including the keys itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically if that would be it, then would be great. Projection type keys only. Let's try that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you learning today, Flash?
I would say like 10 probably. That's all very new to me, so yeah.
Right.
This
Right.
is not something I'm familiar with. How
Fantastic.
about yourself, Sam?
I would say I would say 12, basically. Yeah, and the reason why I said 12 is because I'm screwing up and then learning it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
not just as in theory, I'm actually as in we are hands on, we are
Mhm.
failing and then fixing,
Yeah,
failing and then fixing it.
yeah. It's the name of the show, right?
Exactly. Build, break, and fix.
Yeah.
Come on, my baby. You can do this. I believe in you. No.
Ah.
Keys only. Projection type. Okay, so I'm gonna forget this projection type and give it non-key attributes.
Mhm.
Oh my, this is helping me. Board name,
Mhm.
and then what was the other
Projection
one?
type.
No, not the projection type. I want to give it the actual, as in board name. The type of the projection, basically. No
So if you click on the
projection.
because yeah, they use the
Here we
projection
go.
type. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should have listened to you like a good boy.
that's all.
Project type. No, projection type. It would be string, isn't it? No, projection type. Keys on include. Right.
Include.
What would be only the index and primary keys are projected into this index? Yeah, that's basically what we
That's what you
want.
need. Yeah.
Include in addition to the attribute describing keys only. No, we don't need this.
Yeah.
Index will include other. No, I'm not gonna go with that one.
It makes sense, right? To just the projection type keys
Hmm.
only.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
No, I don't need the non-key attributes. So non-key protection, non-key attribute are required. See, this is not required, and this is not required either. But
Mhm.
the projection has to be required.
Projection is required.
Either messing up somewhere. Keys only. Keys projection type keys only.
Does the error say anything that we can use?
It's just saying that status we matched expected path. Yeah, it's not really being helpful. The following failed to the
Tori's like 10 hours of debugging saves me 5 minutes of reading the docs. Let's go, man. Sorry, Tori. Yes, I'll be. I'll try to keep awake.
allowed keys only. Yes. So we have given it the index name. Oh, hang on a minute. Index name is there. Why are we even using this part here? See, this is what I don't like about YAML. It's really fussy. Projection keys only.
If we don't need the okay, they use that. They use the dash in the Stack Overflow.
In there? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We can use that as well and see if it gets happy. Oh. Maybe if the keys are already created, I mean, if the key is already created, but we want to add another key, it won't just update the stack. We would have to recreate it. Why am I not going into this and checking what the actual problem is? Stop being lazy, Zane. Oh, and some water as well. Right. I must have messed up the. No, basically, I copied and pasted it. Cool. So we're going to Cloud Formation and see where is the culprit. I have to roll back. So it rolled back. We can't see the property provision throughput cannot be empty. What? Okay, so that was right. We forgot to give it the provision throughput. Provision. Provision.
Oh yeah.
Throughput.
You only need to recreate a DynamoDB table if you need to add a local secondary index. Global you can add anytime.
Right, okay. I see. That really helps. 5. No. Capacity unit. Oh my. It's 40 past already.
Yeah. That's right. It's past an hour 10. Yeah.
Let's just try this. If it works, fine. If it doesn't, we can always come back to it tomorrow. How did we create that? That's on the level of projection and key schema. Yeah, cool. So project. Oh my. Right. Okay, baby, go work for us now, please. You need to. You've given everything you wanted. If not, I'll probably have to check vacancies for Uber.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Terry sent a link to a GitHub working example.
Okay, that is very helpful. I'll go to it after this doesn't work. Hopefully it works.
Hopefully it works, yeah.
Come on. You got this. We believe in you.
Okay.
Deploy. Okay, it's gonna deploy now. The moment of truth. Okay, fine. It doesn't like us. Validation error detected. Value S. L logo secondary index. Failed to satisfy the constraint. Validation. Oh, so it's saying value S if failed to satisfy the constraint. Attribute
Tori's
name. Ah, attribute type.
attribute type.
Let's see. What did Tori says? Sorry.
Tori said if you read the docs, provision throughput is not required.
Interesting, because on the Sam stack, it actually said that this is why it failed that property
Oh,
provision throughput cannot be empty.
that's interesting.
Maybe someone forgot to update the documentation.
Maybe.
Come on now, come on. You have to do this now. Okay, this is our last try for today.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Ah,
Okay, that's fine. I'll probably continue this in my own time. We are that close. That
mhm.
close.
Yeah.
And I will take this link as well and write it on my Word so it's easier. Wow, 37 comments. Perfect. And that was a great learning curve.
Mhm.
Right, steep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Do you want to do the closing?
Yeah, sure thing. So today we're trying to set up GSI on DynamoDB, basically, so that we can finish our get board names function by using the board ID to retrieve the board name from the database.
Sorry, I'll just correct you on that by retrieving the board names.
By retrieving the board names from the database. So
As in
wait,
the
sorry.
board as the object.
A board as subject. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, by using the board name to retrieve the board as the object from the
Correct.
database. So basically, we're amending the template.yaml file to do this, and we got very close, I think. But yeah, just a little bit more, and yeah, we'll get there, and we can proceed with finishing up that function. So yeah, that we'll continue that in the upcoming streams. Yeah, so should we the postmortem recap? Yeah, exactly, Tori.
Mm.
Yeah, so we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, and
Same task. Can't wait to see you guys. And in the meanwhile, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, and if you're from Melbourne, Australia, it would be have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Cheers. Bye.
see you guys. Bye bye.